Hi everyone. In today's Spark, I want to talk about, are you willing to play the game to succeed? So what I'm referring to here is that in every industry or every career, there is a certain way to do business. There is a certain way to do that career that will ensure success. It will ensure that you are feeling fulfilled, you're feeling on purpose, you are rising to the top, you are getting those promotions or whatever it is that you desire. But if you are not willing to play the game of that industry, you are not going to receive the success. So let me give some examples. My first career was in architecture and design. And in that industry, you had to play the game. So the game was things like you had to dress a certain way, you had to go to all the art galleries, you had to read all the latest design books, you had to apply for awards and win, and you had to talk a certain way, you had to be a certain way, and all these fabulous things that I noticed the ones that kept rising to the top consistently did. And so in certain ways, I was willing to play a portion of the game. So I would do certain things, but I didn't do the full recipe. So you hear that 80-20 rule. I was more doing the 20% than the 80%. If I'd have done the 80%, I would have been in a very different space. But what it was, I didn't want to play that game. I didn't want to dress that way. People judged me at work because I didn't dress. Well, yeah, I created that, right? I knew they were going to judge me that way, but yet I still dressed that way. And I see this a lot in people, especially young people who are trying to find their way. People judge me. Well, if you don't want the judgment, take the ring out of your nose. If you're okay with the judgment, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. So you get to choose what you're creating in your emotional world. So in my emotional world, I wanted to have the judgment. Now, if you'd have asked me, I'd have said no. But lots of personal growth later and awareness, it definitely was a yes. I wasn't willing to play the game of schmoozing. I wasn't willing to play the game of the marketing that was required in that industry. I wasn't willing to play the game of how to work with certain individuals within the company that were the game changers, right? I decided without awareness that people should promote me based on my work ethic. But at the time, it wasn't about work ethic, it was about playing the game. So fast forward a few years later, and I'm owning a health and wellness center, which was 3,000 square feet. We had 10 treatment rooms. At its peak, we had 32 therapists that worked there. We did workshops. We had retail, blah, blah, blah. That game I was willing to play and play it hard. I took trainings. I took courses. I was going after those awards. I was looking to create the best clinic possible. And then one day I wasn't willing to play that game anymore. I wanted to play the game of private coaching. So then before I shut the clinic down, I started taking those trainings. I started taking those learnings and polishing and working and mastering, and I'm willing to play that game so that I can see other business owners succeed, right? So I'm playing the game of private coach to women entrepreneurs who want to make that big impact and build those success systems so they can have time freedom without guilt. That's the game I am playing right now. So I'm willing to dress the part, talk the part, be the part in all ways. So if you take a look at who's the most successful in your industry and in the career that you are currently in or would like to be in, success leaves clues, as Tony Robbins always says. What are they being? What are they doing? How do they look? How do they act? You can mimic some of that until you step into it fully as you on your own and start working your way up to that greatness level that you do have within you. So hopefully that's inspired you to take a good look at the game. If you're not willing to play the game, trust me, based on experience, get the hell out versus getting depressed, angry, bitchy, complainy, whiny. Step out. It's a sign you're not meant to be there anymore if ever at all. Go be happy, choose a career, master it, play the game. That's when life becomes fun. I'm Tracy Blehm with Lasya Mind Body Health and the Ignite Your Life Systems, and I invite you to subscribe so you can get more of these delicious videos sent directly to your inbox. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers.